Good evening, everybody. Welcome along to this edition of SportsView. Good evening, Darwin, and welcome.
Hey Pat, how are you?
And Joe is out. I don't know, he's trying to track down a mountain lion. I don't know. Hopefully, he might be able to join us later on. And anyway, it's Monday, the 3rd of August. It's a bank holiday here in Ireland. I don't know about anywhere else, but anyway, it's a miserable, wet bank holiday. But we had a good time anyway. Um, I suppose, Darwin, the man that we can't get away from, Infantino.
Yeah,
I
I think he's just nailed his coffin, hasn't he?
I think he's toast, is he?
Yeah, there's more and more falling out. I think so far the only country I think that's backed him is Argentina. Isn't that strange?
That's I would very much not be able to guess that, and that's shocking that Argentina backed him.
Yeah, everybody else is boycotting England, boycotting the World Cup, Wales, Ireland.
Well, unfortunately, I was looking at some of the characters. I don't know very little about them that have touted to replace him.
Yeah,
Now,
same old cronies, aren't they?
one character from Qatar. Qatar is probably one of the most dangerous countries on the planet, and to have
Yeah,
a guy from Qatar to head up FIFA would be worse, dare I say it, than Infantino. You know, I fear for the game. I hope they do the right thing. I mean, there's decent members of FIFA like England, France, Germany.
Sweden that
There,
pulled out, Norway.
yeah, yeah, and the Welsh FA came out very categorically and very straightforward. The English FA, they've sent a letter.
Yeah,
They've sent a letter. They couldn't make a public statement with all the money they're being paid. None of them could make a public statement, not even to the BBC. It's a strange one, isn't it? It doesn't. It doesn't show.
yeah.
It
They
doesn't show the FA.
apparently the letter's basically saying they would boycott.
Yeah. Well,
And you,
the
I mean,
English
it's
FA, the
you know,
English FA,
I
FA.
laughed the other day when you've got UEFA, you've got UEFA saying about it the other day, and I was chuckling to myself. UEFA disagreeing, and you're like UEFA disagreeing. Wow, aren't they made out of the same cloth? Aren't they?
Well, I mean, the English FA, of course, have their own
I mean,
house
there is
they're presiding over disorder in English soccer at the moment and for the last few years. So they don't have a great track record either, you know, in charge of the game in Britain. So anyway,
Chelsea paid some money.
hmm?
Chelsea paid some money
Did they?
in fines for weight thing. Yeah, Man City still haven't.
No, no. It's a shame, really, and it's a shame. And we've spoken about it enough on this show anyway, certainly the last for another year. But anyway, we'll see how it pans out. The voting or the meeting is next March of next year to elect a new. Uh, he has the use. I mean, he has Infantino. He has the use of a private jet for his business. I mean, who does he think he is? He's not the head of any country. I mean, he's not anybody. He's the head of a football organization. He's a private jet. Why? Haven't they got Zoom and StreamYard and all to communicate with each other? I mean, he had the audacity to ask
You'd think,
in Canada for a police escort. Do you remember that from a police escort? The same police escort that would be used
yeah,
in the event of a president of a country arriving or the Pope. He expected the same largesse to go along with him. I mean,
yeah.
who does he think he is?
That time he
It's
went,
it's
isn't it?
I
He'll go. He'll
he
get the
will.
boot.
I think he's gone now, but it's no surprise. I mean, he almost single-handedly attempted to change the rules of soccer, it changed it into 4 quarters, which is nowhere in the rule book, And
Yeah,
it says that,
and changing sending offs.
and also changing the half time from 15 minutes to almost a half an hour, which is nowhere in the rule book. And it was all for money, as we know. Anyway, um, by the way, listeners, you can make your comments away and thanks, Dave. Infantino, he's off the mark. Of when Dave, yeah. There's very few fans of Infantino around now, I'm afraid, after the World Cup. But you can make comments in here to the program, and we will read them out. We're happy to do so. Happy to have you along on this Monday night here. And if you're in Ireland, well, you know it's raining. Uh, Over the weekend, we had we had the women's open golf held in Carnoustie, was it?
Lytham, Royal Lytham.
Little there.
Lytham,
And
yeah.
Shino Kiwaki from Korea won it in the playoff. And the best of the home talent for those first week was Lottie Ward and Charlie Hall finished at -1.
Charlie,
The winner
Charlie. Oh, yeah.
The winner finished at 66, 70, 73, and 70. So she won she's very good. I watched a lot of it and I thought it was very good. I like watching the women playing golf. I think it's less contentious, it's less slow. My God, the British Open this year was, I must say, that one was appalling. Was appalling look on television, to my mind. There's very little talk on the press. They're
I
all
didn't.
together. Hmm?
I just listened to it on the radio because I prefer listening to golf on the radio than watching it.
Yeah. Well, on television, it was a terrible sight. 5.5 hours for a round of golf for 18 holes. It's shocking and it's boring. And the commentators, most of them, are
Yeah.
boring. So boring. I mean, please keep Nick Faldo off the microphone. Please keep Ewan Murray off the microphone. It's just keep Laura Davis. I like Laura Davis. Keep her, but the rest of them, put them.
Ken Brown's brilliant.
Yeah, Kim Brown is good. Yeah,
Ken Brown is good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He
she
has a
won
bit of fun
the
with it too.
yeah she won the ladies' open. That's Shino Kawaki. She had a great attitude as well.
She's,
There
she's
was this
Japanese, isn't she? Rather than
Japanese. Sorry, what did I say? Korean. She's
yeah,
Japanese. The
Korean. Yeah.
The Rocket Classic was on as well in America in the PGA Tour. Michael Thorborson, his first PGA win on the PGA Tour, -18, 69, 64, 66, and 63. His first win on tour. My God, the scoring is just, scoring is. We were talking about the scoring every week. Is golf becoming run now by technology and stuff like that? More so than skill, is it? Is technology
Yeah,
replacing skill?
definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, the technology is probably now level with the skill level.
So I
I
guess
mean,
the more
I mean, the drivers just go very, very.
the seniors tour was down
And
in
that sounds like
Villamora.
a really stupid comment to say with all.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and they're
The
getting ready
senior,
for the seniors.
they were down in Portugal over the weekend. Zach Johnson
PGA.
won the Portuguese invitation. Zach Johnson won that from Stuart Sink and Paulie Carrington in third place. So it was
Yeah,
-17. He's a good win. Colin Montgomery finished well up the field. He had a good tournament as well, you know. I don't know what age Colin Montgomery would know. Would he be 70? I don't know what
No,
age
not
he is.
quite. I think he's about 64.
I don't know, Derwin, did you ever listen to Rod Little? Rod Little, the journalist. He
Rod
passed away
Litt.
today. He passed
No.
away today. Rod Little. Very, very funny man, very funny
What
journalist.
sports did he cover?
Well, he commentated on mostly anything, really. But if you find him on
Oh, okay.
YouTube, he was very much, well, I suppose the BBC would describe him as right wing because anybody who doesn't agree with him is right wing. So, that, you know, I don't know, but he was an erudite, intelligent, witty, oblique, orientated man, but he was very, very sharp, very witty. But he'd be missed from journalists. Another good one gone, you know. But he had very little good to say
They
about the Labour
all tell
Party.
you, mate.
Yeah, Rod Little. He was only 66, I think. Was it 66 years? But anyway, he
Don't
passed
get
away
me on.
today.
Don't get me talking about that.
About which?
The Labour Party. Don't get me on Burnham.
Number 10 North.
I can't stand it. Yeah, number 10 North. What's that all about? I mean,
Deflection.
that's
It's
Colin
called
Montgomery's.
deflection.
He's 60. Colin Montgomery's 63 years old.
Oh, he's young enough, so he's younger than I
63.
thought. Yeah, he's playing away on
Yeah.
that. Anyway, that was the Portuguese Open. Well, the first major of the snooker season was played over the weekend. The Shanghai Masters played over the last week or two, and the final was contested between Judd Trump and Karen Wilson, and Trump won that 11-6. He looked in sparkling form, Judd Trump, and he won was it 200,000 plus, so a nice week's work for him. But he looks well. Early favourite for the World Championship, always favourite every year for the World Championship, you know. And there's a
Yeah,
day of
he's a
rec.
good player, isn't he?
Oh, he is. He's very good. Good to watch as well, you know. Very good to watch, I think. Wilson is good as well. I thought the final was good, but it was too one-sided, you know. It was over before the start, if you follow my drift. But there's a day of reckoning coming now down the tracks for Welsh rugby. At the moment, the Welsh Rugby Union has agreed in principle to cut one of the franchises in Wales, and they're going to keep Cardiff, they're going to keep Dragons, and it'll be one or two of the others.
Yeah.
Scarlets or Ospreys. Scarlets are more or less Swansea, they're around Swansea, or Llanelli, is it?
Yeah. Ospreys are. Yeah, Ospreys are
And,
too.
and Scarlets are in Swansea, around Swansea. So
Ospreys are Swansea as well.
it looks like Ospreys
Yeah.
might get according to the people, might be the one to win out, but it'll be that's not just an assimilation of contracts that are already there, but this one won't happen until 28-29 season, so they have a bit of time to get them in order, you know. I suppose it's the if you
The
don't have
Ospreys
the
was.
hmm?
Go on.
if you
No,
don't
you go.
have
Go on.
the if you don't have the income to be generated for a professional sport and it can't pay its way, that's the reality of professional sport today, you know. If you can't pay your way, you're gone. It's simple as that, you know. And when the national team in Wales is not doing
It's
well,
hard. It's hard to have the Ospreys. It's hard to have the Ospreys and the Scarlets in the same town because they all play at Swansea football ground, and
yeah,
they're in a massive big football ground, and they can't fit. And it looks ridiculous. and the whole of, I mean, all this professional rugby, it, it's kind of it's kind of buggered Wales, to be honest, because they haven't got the backing in Wales as a country. It's not England, and your big clubs in England have got massive support. I mean, Harlequins can play across the road at Twickenham and fill it, and they play over the road at the Stoop, and it's a quarter of it's not even a quarter of Twickenham. It's probably an eighth of the size of Twickenham.
Yeah,
They're, so
there are.
you've got those teams that can Saracens, Harlequins. If you think of just the London team, you know they've got enough of a fan base that it doesn't matter where they go and play.
Of course, then it allows clubs like Northampton, like Exeter,
Yeah, Leicester.
Saracens and Leicester to buy players as well, to buy
Yeah,
players in the open market. So
if you
therefore, adding value to the club.
yeah if you look at Wales, most of the best Welsh players all go to France. If they
Yeah,
don't go
that's
to
true.
France, they play in London.
Yeah.
And if you think of the whole structure of rugby, the way it's gone, you're old enough to remember like London Welsh.
Who I do?
London,
London
you,
Irish, London Scottish.
you've got London Irish doesn't exist.
No,
How does a club as big as London Welsh, London Irish, London Scottish, how do they fail? How are they now defunct? There is no such thing as those.
no.
And if you look at the players who played for London Irish, who played for London Welsh, I mean, you're talking about legends who played for those clubs, and that whole
Oh yeah,
professional
yeah.
rugby era has basically kind of half blown out a lot of clubs, hasn't it?
Well, I mean, we have, even though a lot of the rugby writers and scribes, I'm no expert in the Irish rugby scene, but Irish rugby is in serious trouble, in my view. In my view now, take
Well,
away take Leinster rugby. Take away Leinster has the population, has the finances, has the financial backing, has the sponsors.
yeah,
They can buy a person like Jody Barrett for a year
yeah,
to bolster their income. Munster, Connacht, and Ulster don't have that kind of money or clout to do that.
no,
So much so that they're finding difficulties in hanging on to their what we call talented players.
yeah.
And you can't blame talented players for going to France and England because they have a short career to make decent money out of. So hence they go. You know.
I mean, the Welsh rugby scene is just a mess. They haven't got enough backing. Cardiff Cardiff will always exist because it's in the centre of Cardiff,
Yeah.
and it gets a big fan base.
Right. So
If you
they
then go, you then you take that out and go like to the Nepali or the Scarlet.
yeah.
You know, they played in a legendary ground, and that's no longer there. And you can see how easy it is for Irish rugby to fall into the same trap
Yeah.
as Wales. Wales basically bankrupted themselves because they tried to stay in the game with the big clubs in England.
Yeah, Munster rugby, Munster, when they were successful in Europe, fairly often every second year or so, and they had big names on their books, they decided to build the main rugby stadium in Limerick.
Yeah,
Now, there's more support in Cork City and County for rugby than there is in Limerick, and they have a bigger population. So financially speaking, it didn't make any sense. it made sense at the time when they were successful. There's always valleys and peaks and stuff in
Yeah,
these
yeah.
the circles that they go in. Now they're not so successful, and they cannot fill the stadium. The stadium is only 14,000, I think, is the capacity of the Munster, the main Munster Stadium in Munster, which is Thomond Park. And
But
I think that, yeah, I don't
they
know what to think.
that I mean, down in Wales, professional rugby in Wales grew too fast,
Yeah,
and they went after it, and they didn't. It couldn't be sustained. Instead of building it, they actually tried to build it from the top rather than put the foundations in.
yes, yes,
You've got Welsh rugby themselves are in the WRU are in a mess. The kids programs, the academies, they're all struggling, and you're sitting there kind of going, you had it in the palm of your hand for such a long time,
yeah,
and they ruined it because they were greedy. And I mean, I you sometimes you watch so on Channel 4, it's called SC4, it's Welsh channel.
yeah,
They show most of the Welsh rugby games, as in not internationals, but the club games.
yeah, the
You
URC.
you can't really you're watching it than you are listening to it. You can't understand a bloody word they're saying. But when you look at they're in Swansea football ground, and it's probably I don't know 25,000 capacity because it was
Yeah,
Premier League. It would have been up in that number for it to be Premier League,
yeah,
and it looks like there's about 1,000 people there because the stands dwarf the amount of people who are there to watch.
I see what you mean. Yeah,
And
yeah,
it looks, you watch from a TV, you kind of go, why would anybody want to advertise or get involved in a sponsorship deal with a rugby club that cannot even possibly fill one stand, let alone the ground?
yeah,
And it's like you sit there and go, do they not understand what they're portraying to the outside world?
yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it with England sometimes at Wembley, where they'll be playing, I don't know,
Andorra.
Andorra, and it's 100,000 capacity, and they get 60,000 in there. And you kind of go, why don't you give that 40,000 tickets to school kids in and around Wembley,
Yeah, you know,
and
all the schools. Yeah,
you'd fill it up. It would look on telly, every seat's taken.
it would look well.
And from a sponsorship point of view, if you and me were, if we were billionaires and our company wants to sponsor get involved in the sports scene, when you look at Scarlets playing at Swansea or Ospreys playing at Swansea, and the ground's empty, you'd go, what? We don't want to put our money in there because no one would see us. We won't have any exposure, will we? No
That's
one's
right. Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
You go look at Bath rugby. So Bath is successful.
It is.
It's got the tiniest ground in the middle of Bath, but it's still an old-fashioned ground.
Yes,
You can
it is.
stand by the side with a little post between you and the field,
Yeah,
and it's not tiered. It's not like a fancy football ground. If you're not 6 foot, you won't see much of the game because people stand in front of you.
yeah, yeah. It's like the
Yeah,
old grounds long ago. Yeah,
like the old-fashioned grounds, and you sit there
yeah.
and you kind of go, "Yeah, Bath have got tons of sponsorship. They've got tons of everything going on."
They have.
When you see Bath on TV, it's rammed to the gunnel,
Yeah, it's full to the brim.
and you kind of go, "Yeah." So me and Pat, we've got 10 million to invest in a sports sponsorship.
Yeah.
Uh, should we do? Should we do Ospreys or should we do Bath?
Well, it's a no-brainer what you do. Yeah, it is
Your brain
no-brainer.
go, well, look at the amount of people who's going to see our product,
Yeah, in Bath. Yeah, that's true.
and you sit there and I don't get it. I don't understand. what they don't see. Do they not understand it? They've printed the tickets, and if half the stand is empty, fill it up with kids. Because who knows? In that ground might be the next Gareth Edwards. And I
Yeah.
get, I
Well,
really don't.
I suppose it reminded me a small bit of our own. Um, a couple of weeks ago, Kerry and Mayo were playing in Croke Park, and they each 3,500 in their All Ireland final. And yesterday, the women's All Ireland final was on. They had to have it in Croke Park between Galway and Kerry, and there was no, I don't know how many was there, but it looked very, very bad on television. Very, very poor. And it was a very, very, very poor game. I'm not saying that because the women were playing, but it was a very, very poor game. It did nothing for the ladies' game, in my opinion. It was a
I,
poor game. You
it's
know,
listen. I watched the 100 yesterday,
yeah,
and you had my London versus I think it was Trent Rocket, right?
yeah,
And the women were on first at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the men started at 6. And you could see that there's a few people in the ground at 2:30 watching the women. Yet at 5:30, there won a seat left in the oval, and it was in the oval. I mean that's 100.
Oh, that's a big place. Yeah,
And you're sitting there, and there's not you cannot see a seat, and you're like, okay, so what's the difference between the men and the women? Yeah, I mean the women they played. They actually was a really good game of cricket, but again, like it's they're trying to grow it, and they're paying some of these girls coming over from New Zealand and India and Australia absolute fortunes, and you sit there and kind of go, all right, the men are going to turn, the crowd is going to turn up at 5:30 because the men are playing.
yeah, yeah,
And yeah, the ground takes a fortune because the beer and the food and all the other bits and bobs.
yeah,
And you sit
yeah.
there and kind of go, yeah, that will work.
I think that I don't know. I won't say too much because I don't want to be disparaging of women's sport, but women cannot copy men at sport. They cannot copy men at sport. What I mean by that is women's soccer and men's soccer are two different games.
Yeah.
Two different games. They are two different games. Even though
And
they play under the same rules, they're two different games.
listen, I said to you there that actually the women's game was brilliant. It was a really good game to watch. And you're sitting there and you're kind of thinking, so what? Why aren't they filling that stadium up a bit more
Yeah,
early? Rather, why is everybody sitting in the pubs around the oval or in the bars in the oval
yeah,
waiting for the men to roll out?
yeah.
There's loads of reasons. It's not to do with the level of cricket. It's to do with the level that and the history and the tradition.
Well,
Like
but Dermot, it's to do with the skill level as well, the way the game is played.
yeah, but there was, like I said, it was a really good game yesterday afternoon. It, I was watching it because, yeah, there was nothing else on the telly, so I was watching it. And but it was really a really good game. Yet somehow they're not selling it the right way. I mean, you know as well as I do, like you love watching ladies golf because you can relate to it.
Because I think they're very good, very skillful.
Yeah, they are, but you can relate to it because their swing speeds would be
Yeah,
similar to your swing speed.
yeah,
They hit
yeah,
the ball the same kind of place that you hit the ball, and
yeah,
like
yeah. That's true.
you're never going to hit it like Brooks Koepka or Bryson DeChambeau. You're never going to in your life.
No,
Your asked
no, no,
47, you've never experienced how that ball is hit by Bryson DeChambeau, right?
no, no, no.
That girl who won the Ladies Open, you could relate to that because you could go out and play at Lytham and hit the ball in very similar places to where they go.
That's true. That's true as well. But
You learn more from the around the green with them because they they have got the skill level, they've got the touch, they've got everything that the men have got, except just brute power.
I know in the women's golf game they don't mark every ball. They don't mark their ball when it's only a foot and a half from the whole out. Whereas the men go and mark it and walk away and wait till there or two more take that and they come back and they walk. I mean, it's chronic slow play. It's just detrimental to the game, really. Detrimental, in my opinion.
I mean, it's like I said to you like a couple of weeks ago when we talked about it. That little clip with Monty where he's talking about Peter Thompson.
Yeah,
Not Peter Thompson. He was talking about Lee Trevino.
yeah, winning in under 4 hours.
Yeah, he was rounding 3.5 hours in a three ball,
Yeah,
and he won the Open. It was
it
the last
is.
round of the Open, and you do go, yeah. I mean, and what worries me about it as a golf pro, if you watch the little kids, if you go to a golf club and watch the little kids, they're
Yeah,
doing exactly the same thing as what they see on TV.
yeah.
And you sit there and kind of go, Jesus, will someone just tell them to just get on
Hit
with it?
the hit the ball. Yeah, yeah. It's just. I saw one of my highlights of the World Cup was this fella, Darwin.
And suddenly, it's France who are backtracking. Bellingham, it's brilliant. Is it going to be number 6? Oh, you bet it is. What a way to sign off at the end of the World Cup.
That was my Jude Bellingham. Now, by way of introduction to Jude, let's have a look at him here.
Meet Jude. See, Jude had a problem. He scored 15 goals in one half for the under-10s at Birmingham. And they told him at half-time, you're not allowed to play no more. You're moving up to the under-11s. So say goodbye to your teammates. Birmingham City fast-routed Jude through their academy. If he was at an academy like Arsenal or Man United, Chelsea, maybe this wouldn't have happened. But being at Birmingham helped Jude make his first team debut at just 16 years and 38 days. Birmingham City were the ones that actually had a big problem. A big problem. Birmingham were in desperate need of a superstar, and they even gave him media training at just 15.
Cup final against Liverpool to beat Manchester United in the semis. Are you looking forward to testing yourself against those bigger teams again?
Yeah, obviously I'd like to be a good player, a great player when I'm older, and to do so you have to be able to test yourself against the best teams, the best players.
Birmingham's problem was they had financial fair play breathing down their neck. They were close to going into administration. So a wonder kid was needed more than ever. So that's why he got fast-tracked. See, people laugh when Birmingham retired the number 22, but the transfer fee they got from Dortmund helped save the club. And Jude didn't turn out too bad either.
There you go. Our producer found that clip for me on Jude because we were enamoured with Jude Bellingham at the World Cup. I think he was a proper superstar down at the World Cup myself.
Yeah, but again, there's a footballer who is now, I don't know if you know, he's invested in the Birmingham 100 team, the cricket.
Yeah?
He's part owner.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was there on Saturday. I think they're Birmingham Rockets, I think they are, or something like that anyway.
Yeah?
And he's put money on the table, and he's now an investor and one of the owners of. But he's done it because it's his home cricket team, and he still feels like he's a boy from Birmingham.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
He had a great World Cup.
Yeah. There's a man available now. Do you think he might get the job, David Howe? He's gone from Newcastle. Do you think that he'll replace Tuchel?
No, I think Tuchel's got his feet under the table.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Mm.
I think he's there till at least for the Euros. If they don't do something at the Euros, I think that might be a different story.
Yeah, it's another wasted time, another wasted manager, another wasted opportunity. I don't think Tuchel can do much more. He proved to be very naive as a manager of the World Cup, in my opinion.
Something went radically wrong at the World Cup, didn't it?
The manager went radically wrong in the World Cup.
Yeah.
He's in charge of the team. He's in charge of the way they're set up. He's in charge of the tactics on the field. As Roy Keane was saying in one of the podcasts, you get your direction from your coach and your manager, and you're expected to execute them on the pitch. Obviously, you must improvise as well if things are against you, but you get your overall game plan from the manager, and that's it. And
I agree with you, but I also think that England team in that semi-final, as a team, they should have known better. And amongst, there's enough players in there with some standing, isn't there? Whether that's John Stones, Pickford, Kane, Bellingham.
Stones has gone to Italy, isn't he?
Yeah, gone to Inter Milan, hasn't he?
Yeah, no, right. And that great player passed away during the week, Franco Baresi.
Yeah.
Probably one of the greatest defenders in world soccer ever, in my opinion, ever. And of course, he was beside another legend, Paolo Maldini.
Yeah.
And they won the World Cup in '82. Was it '82? Yeah. Was it?
In Spain, 82.
'82. Italy won the World Cup, and with Franco Baresi on that team, he was just a phenomenal defender for a small man. He was small, like, but.
I mean, there's a story in itself, isn't it? Italian football. How have they qualified for the last, God knows how many World Cups?
Yeah, it is. Have they appointed Roberto Mancini again? Have they? I think they've gone back to him again, Italy. Have they?
I don't know. I think they were after Pep, weren't they?
He won't go there. I think they're after going on to Roberto Mancini to take him over again.
Right.
Italy for the next World Cup. Where is the next World Cup being played? God knows.
It's in Asia, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's Japan, Korea, and somewhere else.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
I think so.
What year would it be on? The 2020?
2020, 2030.
Oh yeah, 1 second now. 20, we'll find out. Well, the tickets we $1,100 was the average price for the 2030 FIFA World Cup.
Oh, it's in Morocco, Portugal, and Spain.
Yeah, it'll be jointly hosted by Morocco, Portugal, and Spain.
And then it goes out to Asia after that.
It's on from the 8th of June to the 21st of July. We got to be fairly hot in Morocco then, and Spain, and Portugal.
Oh, hang on. It's in 2034. It's going out to Saudi. Yeah, 34. It's going out to Saudi.
So the next World Cup is Morocco, Spain, and Portugal. We won't have far to go, thank God,
No, that would be nice though, actually, wouldn't it?
Good, yeah. We'll bring a one-man tent or a three-man tent on the beach. Yeah, sleep on the beach. Anyway, that was our Jubilee. I want to pass on my condolences and best wishes to Lee Reeves. Lee Reeves, he's from Roxwell in Limerick, a boxer. He was boxing Saturday night on the bill, and he was knocked out in the 10th round, and he was attended to in the ring, and then he was taken to a hospital, and he's critical but stable. That's the news from the hospital. So we wish him a speedy recovery, hopefully. That's Lee Reeves, a nice boxer, and we wish him well. I met somebody last night on my travels who knew the family, and they are very worried about him. But it was if anybody saw the knockout, it was one of those sudden knockouts where boom, where you booed the whole, where you dropped down suddenly, onto the floor and bang, you were out cold for a while. But these are the vagaries in boxing, as we know. It's not that it is a relatively safe sport, but there's nothing can be done by the officials when you receive a knockout like that, like what I saw for night. That was it. But I mean, the first person I remember being killed in the ring was in the 1960s was Emil Griffith, and he was boxing Benny Kid Perret was his name. And well, that was the fault. I found out was the fault of the referee and the officials were. I don't know. Do you remember the old rings, the old boxing rings in the 60s and the 70s, where you had the ring, and then you had the ring held by steel posts, 4 steel posts in the 4 corners, where they were held onto them to keep it static, to keep it fixed. And so Benny Kidbrett was in the corner, and Emil Griffith was boxing him, and his head went outside the rope, and it collided with the steel stanchion a few times, and he collapsed in the ring, and he died. He died. Which is there was a big discussion, as you would have, about any accident in any sport. All these discussions come up in the media, but that was unfortunate. So they got rid of the steel sanctions after that, you know. But
Tough
Barry,
sport, though, isn't it? Tough sport.
so Barry McGuigan, he was boxing in Wales, young Ali, and he died after the fight, and you know,
You've
he
only got to think
often,
about Michael Thomas, haven't you?
yeah, that's right.
I mean, that was Eubank, wasn't it?
And they want to ask us here about there's a message coming in. Oh, Zidane, what will Zidane do with France? Oh yeah, Zinedine Zidane. Well, he'll
I was just going
headbutt
to
the
say, he'll ruin it.
he'll put the head in.
He'll ruin it.
And Klopp has gone to Germany. You see, Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, but he's kicking off now, isn't he? Because they're kind of hounding his family, and he said it's got to stop or I'll walk away.
Why would they hound his family?
Apparently, his kids going to school, and they're getting photographers chasing them,
Ah,
and he's like,
it's
"No,
a
I've taken the job on, not my family."
it's a bit much, isn't it? It's a bit
Yeah,
too much. The media are a bit too intrusive. All right, they really are.
yeah.
Who's going to win the Premiership in Britain this year? Now, there's one for you.
Well, you know what my heart's going to say,
Man United?
Man U. My brain's going to say probably Arsenal.
I was watching Chelsea during the week, and they were playing down under in Australia. They won. They were 3-2 down, and they scored 3 goals. That fella Pedro, is it Pedro? He scored 3 goals. My God, one after another, 5-4. But yeah, well, you can't judge a team in a friendly in such a thing.
No,
But Chelsea will be there or thereabouts this year.
it's interesting with what they've with buying Henderson, isn't it? Is that
Yeah,
that's the experience because they're all young kids?
yeah. They, you know, uh, they have Javier Alonso as manager.
Yeah,
He has good track record in management.
yeah.
No, no, not in England. I hasten to add, because he'll never have so much focus on him from the media as he did in France
Oh,
and places like that. It'll be from day one. They'll be on his case from day one. So I hope he'll be ready for that. Um, But we'll
It'll be interesting because I think Chelsea's got a chance. I do think Arsenal's going to be strong. But again, how many of these players coming back from the World Cup are going to be ready to go again?
Yeah, and you have Chelsea, Man United, the usual suspects, Arsenal, and who else will be up there?
Liverpool.
Liverpool, I suppose, yeah. Slot is gone now.
It'd be interesting to me. It'll be interesting now to see how Carrick gets on
Yeah,
because his honeymoon period's over now.
it's well and truly over, you know.
So he's going to be under the cosh.
We have a question. We have a question here, the German for us before we run out of time. Did you watch the Commonwealth Games?
No.
Well, I did. I must admit, I did try to watch them because I liked the athletics, and the coverage was abysmal.
Yeah.
Utterly abysmal. It was worse than BBC. I had to check the channel, see was it the BBC had it. It wasn't. It was ITV. The worst coverage I've ever seen of any major sporting event on television was the Commonwealth Games, and there was some cracking stuff in it.
That Commonwealth Games, they were talking about it on the radio this morning. That's under real pressure, that Commonwealth game.
Why?
Because so at the moment, it goes round the Commonwealth, right?
It does, yeah.
Well, Australia pulled out, Victoria pulled out because they couldn't afford to do it. The next Commonwealth Games is in India, which is they're saying, what everybody is now saying is that India have got the Commonwealth Games and it's going to go back to a fully loaded, all the sports, all the para sports afterwards, because they're using it as a dry run for the Olympics.
Oh, I see.
They're putting a bid in for the Olympics and they're going to use the Commonwealth Games as a fully loaded one, all the sports back in. And obviously, they want hockey back in, badminton, squash, because they're good at it.
Well, they certainly would want hockey. Yeah. Hockey, they want hockey because they're good at field hockey.
So they're trying to use the Commonwealth Games now as a dry run for, we can run this, we can run the Olympics, right? Now,
of course. So we had a gold medal winner, Ireland, in the Commonwealth Games. She was running for Northern Ireland. Even though I think she was born in Newry, but she won the heptathlon.
So what they're now saying is that if India do the next Commonwealth Games, which is what they're doing, where's it going after that? Because now you're talking about Canada, Britain, Australia, because they're the only Commonwealth countries that can actually host it.
Did Jamaica ever host it?
No, they can't afford to host it. They haven't got swimming. They haven't got squash courts. They haven't got this. They haven't got that. They haven't got boxing. So yes, they could probably do some running, but they haven't got a running ground. They haven't got a stadium.
Yeah.
So when you start looking around the Commonwealth,
they have tobogganing.
They're only ever looking at 4 countries, really.
God, Jesus. Why don't they pick a permanent place for it?
Well, what they're saying is that, like, Glasgow stepped into this last one. Only 2 years ago, it was Birmingham, then it was Edinburgh. And they're running out of places that can afford to put their hand up and go, we can run it. Now, Steve Cram has come out with a really good comment.
Yeah?
Is that maybe, like the World Cup, that you host it, the swimming is in London, the athletics is in Canada,
Birmingham,
and you split it and say, right, the gymnastics, the swimming, that could all be somewhere else, and you start sharing it. And he said, yeah, it's a massive, from a TV point of view, who wants to pay for that? Because they're now sending out 4 or 5 different broadcasting teams.
Yeah.
different countries.
Yeah.
But
It comes down to money.
if you want a full-blown experience of the Commonwealth Games, which is, let's face it, it's a mini Olympics, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very good. The Athletics I was able to watch was very good. In between the awful panels there, I don't know where they got them. ITV are generally good at sports, but
Yeah, but they only got
oh,
highlights, didn't they?
oh God.
Because it
Anyway,
was TNT and all the cable channels that got the.
this Discovery Plus, I had to be changing every minute. I'm all free. I was just changing it. You go over to this one, go down, you have to race this, and it was terrible, terrible coverage.
But there was no shooting.
No,
There was no squash. There no badminton. There was loads of sports missing.
there was netball. And England were very unlucky not to win a medal in netball. They were very, very good.
But it was interesting what Cram's saying is that maybe like the World Cup has done it, with the way that everybody's economies are, that you can't just throw. India are doing it for one reason only, and that is just because they are in with a shout of getting the Olympics.
I don't know how they could have the Olympics in India. So there's not even clean drinking water there, is there?
I know, but I mean, mate, we send them 100 million or something every year from the UK because yeah, they've got rockets going up into space and we ain't.
Yeah, you're a rocket. You have two number 10s now in England. You have two number
What a load of
10s.
bollocks that is, isn't it?
You have number 10 in the north. As I was saying,
What a load of nonsense.
there'll be a new prime minister in the new year.
Yeah, he'll be gone.
They will. He's a complete dope.
Yeah.
I don't think. What's wrong with England and politicians?
Because I don't think they're politicians anymore, Pat. I think they're celebrities, aren't they?
What's it with the black T-shirt and the jacket? What's this crack about? Does he want to be
Yeah.
another? Does he want to be another Zelensky?
Yeah, exactly.
Going around the world looking for checks.
Well, he's upset everybody today, isn't he? They've sent a drone into the beach in Russia, haven't they, and killed innocent people on a beach.
Yeah, on a resort, the Black Sea resort. Yeah.
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 So I mean,
and who supplied the drones to them?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And we don't know all the ins and outs of that war, but I'm just flabbergasted, the way the world is. However, we get back to where we were. So you're going to say Man United have a chance of winning the Premiership?
I hope they have. I mean, they got a tough first game away to Hull.
Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea. I mean, they're the same every year. Man City?
I don't think Man City are going to be the same Man City that we've all got used to.
Yeah.
Because I think Guardiola was the glue there.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, it's disco time.
Yeah. I'm on here.
So I think
yeah.
there's an element that Guardiola's not there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Somebody didn't know what time of the day it was. Anyway, someone check you. Anyway, Dermot, before we leave us, I don't know when the Premiership is starting. Is it at the end of the month? Is it?
I think it's about another week's time, isn't it?
Before the end of August, anyway,
Yeah.
But I don't know who I'll be supporting this year. I'll still be looking in on Bonnie Rig Rose.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. I'll still be looking in on Bonnie Rig Rose. They have a few new sponsors. They have a local plumbing equipment company. I see that, and they put a few pounds into the club, and their stadium looks magnificent. I must try and visit there sometime. I'm going to find out where it is first. That's my team for the year. Bonnie Rig Rose. You won't have any heart attacks, you'll have good fun. And honest soccer. Honest soccer. VAR is another thing that'll be to prominence this year, I'm sure, in soccer. It's
Yeah.
here to it's here to stay, and that's unfortunate, really. As I said before we go, I want to again reiterate my wishing the very best for Lee Reeves, and I hope the news is better for him in the next couple of days, and we wish him a speedy recovery.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's not very nice when these things happen, but they're the vagaries of professional sport. So from Derwin and from myself, good crack. We'll see you next Monday night, Lacoon Day. And so from this edition of SportsView, from Derwin and myself, take it easy, lads, during the week, and enjoy your sport.
See you,
Bye.
Pat. See you,
Bye.
boys.